A lot of Christians are taught that Jesus came to abolish the law, that he replaced the system of rules with a message of grace. But it's not what you see when you read the Gospels through Jewish eyes. I know you brought up the Pharisees, it kind of making it easier for people to attain. Can you expand a little bit more on some of those things?
Well, you don't have to get to that point by reading the Gospels through Jewish eyes. You just have to read the Gospels. Start with Matthew. Don't think that I've come to abolish the law and the prophets. I've not come to abolish, but to fulfill. And fulfill does not mean I'm going to do it and check it off the list so you don't have to. Fulfill means I'm going to show you how to do this in its fullness. And then Jesus proceeds to interpret the law or the Torah. Actually, law is not a great interpretation of Torah. Torah really means instruction. So he said, you have heard it said to people of old, don't murder, right? And then most English translations read, but I say to you, but it really should be, and I say to you, because he's not doing a contrast. It's not an antithesis. An antithesis, an opposite would be, you have heard it said, don't murder, but I say to you, lock and load. That's an antithesis. Right. What he says is, but I say to you, don't be angry with a brother or sister, right? The law says don't commit adultery. He says, any man who looks at a woman with lust is already guilty. That's not abolishing the law, actually making it stricter. And here's where Jewish history helps. The Mishnah, this early compendium of Jewish law, talks about building a fence about the Torah. And what they mean by that is you have a law, you make another law to make sure you don't violate the first one. It's not a matter of legalism. It's a matter of being consistency and being intentional. So if you're not angry, you're less likely to murder. If you don't think about committing adultery, because you have to rent a room or whatever. If you don't think about it, then you're less likely to do it. Sure. So Jesus is by no means doing away with the law, nor were the Pharisees all this kind of legalistic. Every time you hear the word legalistic, it really means Jewish. And it very often becomes a kind of Protestant term. Look at the Catholics, look at what they're doing. That's how that word comes into English vocabulary eventually. When we see Paul in the book of Acts, Paul never gives up following Torah. I mean, he's an entirely faithful Jew. He goes into the temple and offers a sacrifice for men who have taken a Nazirite vow. He wants to go to Jerusalem for the pilgrimage festivals. He honors the Sabbath and keeps it holy by going into synagogues and teaching. So Paul doesn't think once he becomes a follower of Jesus, he suddenly dumps his own Jewish identity. I mean, he's still a Pharisee. He identifies himself. I'm a Pharisee, the son of Pharisees, right? He just thinks he's a better Pharisee because he's now got Jesus.
Right.
So the law is not, first of all, the law is not a problem. The law is a blessing. Second, Jesus does not do away with the law. He actually intensifies it. And the third thing is, and here we get to Paul, the reason most Christians today do not follow Torah is because Paul says, if you follow Torah with all these particular commandments, including circumcision, then you'd be converting to Judaism. But Paul, as a first century Jew, thinking about the Messianic age having begun with Jesus, thinks, okay, one of the signs of the Messianic age is that all people, every nation and tongue, will turn to worship the God of Israel. We've got an image of that in the book of Revelation, by the way. Every tongue and nation and whatever, all worshiping at the throne of God. Well, so if you convert to Judaism, and all these Gentiles convert to Judaism, the only nation that's going to be worshiping the God of Israel are going to be the Jews. So Paul says, you don't convert. That's the thing. That's the Jews thing. That's not you. You remain Gentile. You don't convert to Judaism. You don't circumcise, which is the big sign for men. You just remain Gentiles, but you're Gentiles who are now Gentiles in Christ, Gentiles in the Lord, adopted into this family, but you don't convert to Judaism. And then what happened as time went on and people lost the fact that Paul is the apostle to the Gentiles and he's writing to Gentiles. They thought that these negative commandments about the law had to do with all people. And then any sort of following the law becomes a problem. And since Jews follow Torah, then Jews are.
If you want more conversations like this with the world's leading scholars and skeptics, make sure you hit that subscribe button. New episodes drop every single Monday.